Give me the Bible, star of gladness gleaming, to cheer the wanderer lone and tempest-tossed. No storms can hide that radiance peaceful beaming, since Jesus came to seek and save the lost. Give me the Bible, holy message shining, thy light shall guide me in the narrow way. Precept and promise, law and love combining, till night shall vanish in eternal day. Give me the Bible when my heart is broken, when sin and grief have filled my soul with fear. Give me the precious words by Jesus spoken. Hold up faith's lamp to show my Savior near. Give me the Bible, holy message shining, thy light shall guide me in the narrow way. Precept and promise, law and love combining, till night shall vanish in eternal day. Give me the Bible, all my steps enlighten, teach me the dangers of these realms below. That lamp of safety o'er the gloom shall brighten, that light alone the path of peace can show. Give me the Bible, holy message shining, thy light shall guide me in the narrow way. Precept and promise, law and love combining, till night shall vanish in eternal day. Give me the Bible, lamp of life immortal, hold up that splendor by the open grave. Show me the light from heaven's shining portals, show me the glory gilding Jordan's wave. Give me the Bible, holy message shining, thy light shall guide me in the narrow way. Precept and promise, law and love combining, till night shall vanish in eternal day. Break thou the bread of life, dear Lord, to me, as thou didst break the loaves beside the sea. Beyond the sacred page, I seek thee, Lord. My spirit pants for thee, O living word. Bless thou the truth, dear Lord, to me, as thou didst bless the bread by Galilee. Then shall all bondage cease, all fetters fall, and I shall find my peace, my all in all. Good afternoon! How is everyone doing? I hope this video finds you well and doing good. We have Sister Laura here. The goat keeper is in the house. And she waves vigorously. Hello, Sister Laura. Hello, Sister T. We have Sister T here as well. She says, hi, family. Hello, Sister T. And Laura says, hello, Screaming Goat. We also have the second Screaming Goat in the background as well. CJ is here. You all can be relieved. We have our Taskmaster, who is destroying his green screen. There you go, Laura. CJ's doing strange stuff with his camera. Anyways, Sister T says, hi, Brother O'Shea. Hello, Sister T. Good to see you. Laura says, hello to all of my screaming goats. LOL. She's laughing. Maureen says, hi, everyone. Hello, Sister Maureen. Good to see you. Hope you're doing well. Laura says, thank you. She is laughing. Maureen says, do you have one of those plastic screaming goats? Unfortunately, we do not own any of them. No. We do not own any of the plastic screaming goats. My only experience with this said screaming goat is, well, one time Mom and I were taking Shua into speech therapy, and the receptionist down there in the therapy department of the hospital, she had this screaming goat toy, this little goat standing on this log. Anytime you press down on it, it emits a screaming goat sound. And I asked her what the purpose of it was, and she said that the whole hospital was getting a new systems, and programs, and everything was changing in the way that they were running everything. CJ, are you doing sorcery again? Okay, never mind. He's still doing strange things with his camera. But the hospital was all getting changed systems. So because of that, I don't remember if it was the insurance companies or what exactly, but they gave every receptionist in every department screaming goats as stress relief. So they gave them these little screaming goat toys for stress relief, as they had to adapt the changes to the new systems. So, and they do still have said screaming goat sitting there on the counter in the therapist department. And that is the story behind the screaming goats for Sister Laura. Because Laura was right at that time getting trained on a new system, and she was stressed out as well. So when she mentioned that she was stressed out, I'm like, well, and it was the same day too, as I recall. I come home and did nuggets, and I'm like, well, I just encountered this stress relieving screaming goat toy. And since then, Laura has been the goat keeper. CJ is waving vigorously. Your camera looks better. I mean, clearer wise. You're not blipping in and out of dimensions. They win his keyboard. Just about. Moraine says funny. Laura says, I seriously need to get me some of them. I think I saw one a while back ago at our local farm store or something. Maybe at Dollar General. I don't know. I've seen one elsewhere where you can purchase it, but I don't think I am. Either I didn't have any money on me at the time, or I wasn't thinking about getting it. I was just like, oh, hey, look, this is cool. Anyways, yeah, I should have definitely bought one if I could have had the chance. Because the world needs stress-relieving goats. That is their purpose. And CJ shut his camera off. Laura says everyone needs a screaming goat. Shout it from the rooftops. Everyone needs a screaming goat. Alrighty, y'all. Well, before we get too much farther off topic than, totally off topic. CJ shaking his head in amazement. He is now confused. That didn't take long. There with his keyboard. Let's get into our reading. We'll be doing Proverbs 1 through 7. Let's read, y'all. Let's mine. Let's dig. Etc. so forth. The Proverbs of Solomon, the son of David, king of Israel. To know wisdom and instruction, to discern the words of understanding, to receive instruction in wise dealing, in righteousness and justice and equity, to give prudence to the simple, to the young man knowledge and discretion, that the wise man may hear and increase in learning, and that the man of understanding may attain unto sound counsels. To understand a proverb and a figure, the words of the wise and their dark sayings, the fear of Jehovah is the beginning of knowledge, but the foolish despise wisdom and instruction. Alrighty. Remember, y'all, if you have any questions or comments over the said reading, Mindchef, feel free to pop them up, throw them out there. But without any further delay, so verse 1 of Proverbs tells us very clearly who wrote the book and his position. These are the Proverbs of Solomon, the son of David, the king of Israel. And as we know from other books and places, Solomon was the wisest man on earth. So, it only makes sense that he would write down his wisdom in a book for future generations. But he goes on and continues to... Oh, and that's nugget number... No, wait. Next is nugget. Yeah. Blech. He continues to describe the purpose of this book and wisdom and what the matters he's going to be discussing. He says, to know wisdom and instruction, to discern the words of understanding. These 3 verses right here, 2, 3, and 4, are him stating the purpose of his Proverbs. They are to know wisdom and instruction. And that is the first nugget. The Proverbs are to show wisdom. Solomon is placing his wisdom in a book, and he is writing it for future generations so that they can know wisdom and instruction. The purpose is to discern the words of understanding so that we can receive instruction in wise dealing, which is part of our nugget number 2. We are to be wise in our dealings. That is one of the purposes of wisdom, so that we can be wise in our dealings, in our understanding. This helps us to be righteous and just and show good justice and equity. We are to be wise in our dealings, how we act, what we show, what we do, say. All of these things show our wisdom, our ability to understand, our righteousness. The Proverbs are to give prudence to the simple, and to the young man knowledge and discretion. As we find in verse 8, which we're not covering today, I think it was, he is specifically addressing his son through some of these proverbs. But they are to give prudence to the simple people, and to give young men knowledge and discretion. It is very important for young people to have knowledge and discretion. Very helpful tools. He says that the wise man may hear and increase in learning. His purpose of writing these proverbs is so that the already wise people can hear it and increase in learning. Which brings us to our third nugget. The wise man, he will hear and he will learn. So these proverbs are not only beginner level, as we'd say today, not just for simple people, but they're also for the wise, ones who are the next level up or so. The wise man will hear these and he will learn. He will increase in learning. He will apply these, that the man of understanding may attain unto sound counsels. These proverbs help people who have understanding, that they can apply this better and have sound counsels. As in, their reasoning is sound, their thoughts, they're logical. And for our last nugget, we have in verse 7, the fear of Jehovah is the beginning of knowledge, but the foolish despise wisdom and instruction. He says here, start with God. It's basically what that first part of this verse boils down to, which is our fourth nugget. Start with God. The fear of God is the beginning of knowledge. If you want knowledge, where do you start? The fear of God, respecting God, reverencing God. This isn't, quaking in your boots, terrified fear. This is fear as in reverence, obedience, respect, etc., and so on. The respect or the reverence of Jehovah is the beginning of knowledge. So the wise man tells us, if we want knowledge, we should start with God. And he throws in a bit of a contrast here. But the foolish despise wisdom and instruction. And in the Proverbs, as we go on, we will have a lot of him comparing the foolish to the wise. So the foolish despise wisdom and instruction. They don't want wisdom, and they do not want to be instructed. They want to do what they want to do and be happy about it, is what they want. They refuse to be told how to do anything. They will do it their way, and they will find out. So let us take heed of this and not be foolish and despise wisdom and instruction. But instead, let us be like the wise man. Let us hear the Proverbs and increase in our learning, and let us apply these to our lives so that we can have sound counsels. So, nugget rundown. Nugget number 1. The Proverbs, their purpose is to show wisdom. The Proverbs are to show wisdom. Nugget number 2. We are to be wise in our dealings as we go about. CJ is doing more weird stuff again. We are to be wise as we go about, as we talk, in our dealings. Be wise. Nugget number 3. The wise man or woman will hear and will learn. The wise will hear and will learn. And nugget number 4. Start with God. Don't start with anything else. The first place to start is with God. He is the beginning. And the beginning is a good place to start. There you are. I need to pull that banner down. There be gold in them there pages. Where's Sister Reba? Must have got lost on our way here. Well, you all, that was Proverbs 1 through 4. No, 7, excuse me. Glad to hear it, Sister T. I was waiting on you to say that. She says, thank you. I got mine down. Glad to hear it. And you are very welcome. And you're welcome as well, Laura. Well, you all, thank you for being here, for minding with me. Till we meet again, God bless you all.